Hey, what's up, guys? We are on SA Drummer Hangouts. I got my dude, Leagan.
You know what it is.
Absolutely killed it. So Leagan was on a very old episode, but we're redoing stuff, and here we are. Dude, that opening track of Olivia, how?
Hey man. Funny thing is, I bumped into the song itself from a mate of mine, guitarist.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, this is instrumental rock, you're gonna love it. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Rock.
Dude. And it blew my mind. And then
Right.
I was like stuck there for a while. You know?
Crazy,
just like,
dude.
oh, I love it.
And like when you came here and you were saying it to Polyphia, you're saying you hadn't like really prepped it. You didn't even know you were going to play that song when you got here.
Yeah.
How do you go about like just putting on a song that crazy and I'm going to play this one?
Hey man, I think it comes a little bit from listening to it often.
Right.
You see the parts and you're like, okay. And then it was kind of just putting it practically, you know?
Right.
Because I never ever played the whole song. I've done like a minute video of it or something.
Crazy, dude.
So I've never ever played the whole track. So it was fun. You know, it was a lot of fun.
Exactly.
It was a lot of like finding out for me too, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that you do, is it like parts that you improvise, or is it kind of parts that you know but you improvise over the parts, or is that just going with whatever happens? You mentioned something about you hear the drum on the track and you're having a conversation.
Yeah, like I'm listening and playing at the same time pretty much,
cool.
because I'm trying to find myself within it, you know, while trying to like enjoy it at the same time. You
So
know?
good.
So yeah, it's pretty much a little bit of listening combined with me trying to
Right.
interpret it.
So, dude, with the whole COVID thing, man, it's like super crazy, and I guess it's so it's spoken about so much, but the toll that it's had on musos is quite insane.
Yeah, bro.
How are you surviving in this crazy time? Like, I know we'll get into it just now, but you spoke about Idols still carrying, which is cool. We'll delve into that, but besides Idols, what's your approach? I know you're busy with the album, which we're also going to chat about more in depth, but besides all those things, man, like, I think a lot of musicians are kind of don't have any direction right now.
Yeah, what to actually be doing right now. It's
Great.
the truth is it's very hectic. I feel like nobody really knows.
No one got
like,
time
what
to
to
prepare,
do.
dude.
Yeah, it's nobody got a chance to like really get their teeth sunk into this thing, and I mean it's caused a lot of damage. Man, I won't lie.
It's crazy.
I mean, for me even, it's just I've found myself more working on myself now.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Looking at myself and being like, yeah, what do I think? How do I feel about certain things?
Right.
Really, you know?
Exactly.
Like, in terms of drumming, I've literally been listening so much, bro.
Right.
Like, listening and trying to internalize things, you know?
Exactly.
And then, hopefully, once I get to a kit, I'll be able to let it out, you know?
It's
So it's like just
dude.
listening, a lot of listening here.
It's true.
A lot of it.
I think you listen to stuff in a different perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of the times we got the gig and then you have to prepare for the gig and you got the deadline.
Exactly. It's a whole nother aspect, you know. It's like like with working and practicing per se, it's like different type of ball game in terms of work ethic.
Exactly.
Like you have to really take yourself to a point where you need to concentrate, you know,
Right.
when you're practicing. Whereas learning something for something is like it's in and out, you know.
Exactly.
But working on yourself and really like nailing, getting to the bottom of certain issues in your playing and stuff like that is like, it's tough. That's the
is
hard
true.
part. You know?
It is so true.
So yeah, man, I've tried my best to just listen and not do anything else.
Right.
I've had some times with sticks in my hands, rudiments and stuff, but still listening and listening continuously. That's been it.
That's killer. Such a
Yeah.
cool outlook. I think it's almost like that adapt or die
Yeah, dude.
situation.
You kind of have to.
Crazy,
You have to.
dude.
It's like- but it's taught us a lot. I think
It
it's
has.
taught us a lot, man. It's made us a lot stronger in areas we didn't expect. So.
Exactly.
I guess a lot of people don't really know this, but I haven't had a setup for years.
Wow.
Like for years. Easy 6-7 years. No, I've had no setup.
Crazy.
No practicing. So it's literally been ear and you know.
It's a great way.
So once this whole thing happened, it was like I had to go back to that.
Right.
You know, because a lot of the time when you're gigging, you prepare for the work and that's it.
Exactly.
You don't really worry about even the execution of it that much.
Gotcha,
you know, you're like, I can play this music, I'm good. You don't really go back and listen to the music and be like, oh, is this how I play it? I can do this better. There's a lot of...
Yeah.
So now, because I've been sitting at home, I've checked all the stuff I've played. Like, I've been
analyzing yourself.
Yeah, I've literally checked myself. Like, man, what's happening there?
Right.
What's this? What's going on? Because a lot of the time I'm not really present in the sense of like, my mind is just playing patterns more than me hearing the music or anything.
Right.
Like patterns continuously, you know?
Crazy.
So I have to pick, and if I make it out alive, it's whatever. It's like that, you know?
You're saying that Idols is still continuing?
Bro.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
Get to play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Nah, I mean, I'm very happy about that because not only is it good for us as musicians involved in it, but just content, man. You know, it's been really tough to find well done stuff.
Yeah.
You know, stuff that's people have put their hearts into, and your mates.
Exactly.
You get to watch it, and for me, that was the best thing about Idols for me.
Yeah.
Like my mates get to see what I do, and they know what I'm going through while I'm doing it, because it's very stressful. You know, the work itself is stressful, man.
You mentioned that earlier. You're saying that. I think Louis asked you that is it a pressure gig?
Yeah, it's extremely
like in pressure in what ways? It's just like in terms of it's so high level.
I think more prep. The prep is up to you. So if you are not prepared enough for the very first rehearsal before Sunday even, because we rehearse on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you're not on the ball on Friday, it destroys you.
Right.
You know, so you pretty much need to know the show by Friday, and I don't have a kit, so it's like that's what happens to me. I literally go into an imploding stage where I'm charting this thing and I have to know it. You know, but know it internally.
Yeah.
So that when I come to the kit, it's like second nature.
Right.
So it's yeah. And then now you're playing live TV, so it's like anything, the stick drops. That's it.
Hey, Mom.
You know, yeah. It's like it's me, my man. And yeah, man. I've had very close calls over the years. Very close.
What is your closest,
bro? Where I literally hit my stick on the underneath the ride. And it literally flipped, and I'm playing and I'm watching my stick go, not realizing what I'm actually doing.
Right.
Then I'm playing live on TV. You know, it was like that gig moment. Like, oh, I'm on a gig, I can fix this. Oh no, oh no.
We're gonna fly away, magical highway. I love it when we're cruising.
If a drummer wants to get a gig like Idols,
Yeah.
so let's say even if it's a professional drummer or upcoming drummer, what is expected mainly? What are the key elements that are expected? So even if you are a pro drummer, I think a lot of guys think like, I'm good, I can nail the gig.
I can do, but I think that's
there's
always
way
what
more.
happens. There's a lot more. I guess first things first, you need to be able to read.
Right.
If you can't read, you need to be able to chart your own way of making it out of, you know, because if you can't do that, you are screwed. There's just too much music
there about how to catch the stick if it flies.
Exactly. You know, you better have your ducks in a row in terms of some form of something that can help you get through it. You can't go there off memory.
Right.
It's just too much work.
We took it lost from here. We're gonna fly away, magical highway. I love it when.
Also, with Idols, you have to kind of play the song as is. You have to know it as is.
Right.
The arrangement.
There's not many not a lot of space for improv.
There's not a lot of space for improv. So where the improv comes in is when we get there on a Saturday, and now we've kind of figured out what we're doing.
Right.
Then the MD would be like, okay, I've worked on something like this.
Gotcha.
And then that would be added. So that's another added preservative after you've already learned the music, you know?
Yeah.
So you need that chart to fill that in. So
Right.
you're like, okay, I'm cool, I'm still cool, you know?
Got you.
That kind of thing is very important, or else you will not make it through the gig. Naturally. Naturally. If you can't read, you are...
You're going home, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, okay.
From Friday to Sunday, you go home Friday.
Yeah.
Let's take the highway. We can ride all day. Oh.
I mean, a lot of discipline, bro.
Right.
A lot of discipline comes into it. I mean, over the years, I also had to teach myself that. Because when we started, you know, you have the fear of messing up, but also the excitement of wanting to do the most, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like that halfway threshold, and also picking your moments within your chart.
Right.
So those are the key things for me playing the show. Like, I choose where I'm gonna fill,
Got you.
and I make sure it's in my chart, so that I know, okay,
Killer.
this is the points, and the rest is clean.
Got you.
So that I know, okay, I'm not here to play. You know,
Right.
I'm here. There's places for me to do.
Got you.
And then I'm ace.
That's killer. You've been on a few idols runs. Did it take you a few runs to get that right? Or do you feel like from your first run up until now, do you feel that it got better and more
I definitely
disciplined?
became more disciplined over the years, definitely. But I think grasping that was one of the first things I had to do.
Okay, so there's no like,
there
you
was
can
no
learn as you
chance for
go,
me to
son.
enjoy myself. Yeah, it was one of those like, listen, that's too much. You know, so immediately you just like, it's like the conviction, you know, as
Yeah.
a kid, you know, at school, it's like, no, that's wrong. Then you're like, whoa. And then I stayed. I was just like, okay, not doing that again.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that kind of
It's
thing.
not a tap in the hand. It's
Yeah.
like, do that, you die.
Yeah, exactly. And the big difference also is when you're playing for your friends.
Yeah.
Your peers and your friends, your people that you hang out with after the gig.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which was a lot of instances with me. Idols has been like that for me continuously.
Yeah.
Like Jadine, when Jadine was indie, very close friend of mine.
Yeah.
So the respect is the next thing I'm getting into.
Got you.
Respect the music, respect the gig.
100%,
You know what I mean?
dude, yeah.
That's one of the very important things. Know why you're there, why you've been
Got you.
booked. Always keep that in mind. Always remind yourself, because it's when you're with your friends, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. I mean, breezy.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
my
yeah.
mates, you know.
Exactly.
They're like all very close people to me. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough. And bass
Crazy
and drums, you know. I
balance,
mean, Breezy
Yeah.
and I, we can go off on a tangent at any given moment. So it's like so important just to be like, this is what's
Keep
required.
what you need to do.
This is what's required, you know.
Cruising.
And then your album, bro. So
Bro.
like, it's so cool. Like you told me about that, I got super amped. I'm like, I can't wait to
Oh.
hear that. But like, I think if you tie that up to, let's say, this whole COVID thing,
Yeah.
do you find that you've had more time for that? Because we've found with, especially with SA drummer stuff and even personal content, because you're not gigging so much, there's a lot more time to, I wouldn't go as far as saying like passion projects, because everything that we do is passion, but
Yeah.
I found that when, let's say, lockdown happened, either you could sit back and go like, I'm screwed,
Yeah, or you can actually like,
but with Louis and I, for example, we were like, bro, we're not gigging. We literally have time now to start building all these things or add-ons to what we're doing.
Yeah,
We have time to do it,
exactly.
even like right now. It's
Yeah.
like not gigging and having time. We just like, let's film so much content. So
Yeah.
tying up into your album, I think you started it before, obviously,
Yes,
COVID.
yes.
And how do you feel the difference? Do you find that now is like the perfect time to really delve in?
I think it's a perfect time to be writing.
Right.
Because it's even still to get into studios is still tough. I mean,
Exactly.
it's still. I think it's more based on who has the risk and who doesn't have the risk,
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
Who is willing to take the risk, who is not willing to. So I've been like fishing like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess the biggest thing about this EP and the music that I'm busy with at the moment is this wasn't actually meant for me, per se, you know. It was definitely meant to heal the next person or to help the next person. The thought processes, the way people think, the way they see themselves, you know.
That's amazing.
That's the very essence of the music, and it was almost like a gift unto me.
Wow.
Because I wrote the stuff and friends came and I produced what their offerings and stuff, and it just worked out, you know. Even though it's nothing people know me for,
Right.
you know. It's not like
So cool.
like shredding and
Got you.
you know, it's music, man. You know, it's just music. It's something that people can enjoy and also learn from and also grow from.
Exactly.
Really, you know. And I feel like that's very important for me in my life to impart to the next person to make sure that they understand
Gotcha.
certain things, you know. And life is about growth and
Exactly.
and
That's
love.
so cool,
you know,
dude.
love, growth, you know,
That's
prosperity. Done.
That is so Leagan, man.
Yeah,
That is so
simple,
Leagan.
simple.
Like anytime, bro, we spoke about doing stuff, you just keen it down, and I want to just give on to other
yeah.
people. So I love that, dude. Like what you say now is like, I know you, and that's so true, which is so cool.
Oh yeah, that's
Amazing.
awesome, man.
With the process of the album,
Yes.
do you do a lot of the songwriting? Do you have other musicians collaborating?
Yeah.
Who are some of the musicians that are playing on the album?
All right. Okay. So, the way this EP kind of worked was there was a lot of music,
Right.
and then it kind of got broken down to what it is now, which is
Gotcha.
like seven tracks EP. You know.
Okay.
And how the process actually went down is I decided, because a lot of my friends are all very well-known musicians,
Got you.
like well-known
Yeah.
musicians, you know, and none of them were writing material or putting out anything. And I thought to myself, you know, at the end of the day, I would want to be able to play with my friends.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
That's so
Go
cool.
do gigs all over the world with my mates.
Yeah.
You know? So I decided, okay, I'm gonna start writing, and I phoned a friend of mine, Tando, and Earl Breezy.
Right.
And we sat at a friend of mine's studio, and we literally just sat around, started playing things, and I was like, I have an idea. And
do an album.
that's literally how it was
Natural,
birthed, you know?
dude.
It was just like that. And some of the stuff I wrote, some of the stuff I produced.
Okay.
So, Llewellyn George was a co-writer on the record, and he's helped me a lot in terms of, because I don't really play keys as well as I want to.
Right.
He's put what I see and what I hear into actual music,
Wow, dude, that's so
and then I
cool.
took that to the boys, and then that's how it actually came from. So
amazing, dude.
yeah, between the two of us, it's pretty much been written.
So it's like completely natural. I think too many times people plan that stuff.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
not a bad thing.
Yeah.
You have to plan it, but a lot of the times it's like, okay, I need to make an album, I'm gonna
Just
get
have
X
this and that
people,
and this and that,
then
yeah.
these are the guys, and then. But I love how that just happened, where it's just like, I want to make music with my friends, sing in the studio, boom,
Exactly.
got an idea, let's go.
that's literally how it came alive, man.
That is
You know?
killer. And when's the expected date for this thing to come
Oh.
out, man? I think we all
I
have now.
will safely say, before this year is out,
Okay.
I have to help, because I'm like fighting so much different elements right now that's got nothing to do with the music.
Right.
You know? So, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Right.
So
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited. You know what I mean? And I'm hearing it back, and it's just blowing my mind. So I'm so amped to actually get it out. So I'm pushing, man. I'm
And
pushing.
then gigs,
You
and
know,
you're gonna tour the album at
Bro, I
all.
want to tour. I want to be everywhere, because that's the point of this. Is just to change how people see each other, how people understand life.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
it's as simple as it might seem. It's difficult, but it's also a lot of internal things. You know,
Exactly.
and that's my main concern.
Right.
The internal issues.
There we go, dude.
Let it go.
I'm excited. Dude, that's it, man. So, wait for the new album. Check it out. Follow all Leagan's pages. I think
Yeah.
we're all stoked for that. We've got a drum roast.
I'm so amped for that.
So this is not the end. It's the end of this hangout, but there's some really cool stuff coming with Leagan. There's some cool stuff planned. Lessons, drum roast.
Drum roast. Bro, I'm so amped for the drum roast.
Really cool. We're gonna put the first one up pretty soon with SA Drummer Team, but Leagan is next on the list. So this is it for this chat. Thank you for joining us, and keep a lookout for the lessons and drum roast.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you, dude.